Hi, this is Todd Lohenry of toddlohenry.com. I was talking with a friend this morning who showed me a really great website that was full of information for her. And it made me think about three things that wise people or experts or thought leaders do when they come across good content in order to make sure that they get more. They process, they publish, and they promote. So when I first come across, and this was the good content that she showed me, here's a blog post from 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And in the post, the author lists a just this incredible compendium or inventory of really good resources. And when I think about the amount of work that that this author did in order to get this content, I'm blown away. So one of the first things that I might do is just go and check, for example, the credibility of the author. I'm using an extension here called the PageRank status. This this author is not getting a lot of traffic. It could be for a couple of different reasons. One is that her area of expertise is so small that not a lot of people are coming. That doesn't make any difference. This is an incredible list of resources. So what do I know about this author already? I know that this author um, puts together, is very thoughtful and takes the time to put together good resources. And for that reason alone, I could come back and check every day and see whether or not the author has posted some new content. But it's much easier to just click the Add to Feedly extension and to add this person to my virtual newspaper in Feedly. And what Feedly will do is go back and it normally captures the last 10 pieces of content from the RSS feed. So I want to go and add this person to Feedly. And I'm going to create a new category called Arts and Crafts. Okay. So here's the title of her blog. Here's the collection that I'm putting it into, and I add it. Okay. Now, only the last three things that she has done show up here. And that's for a couple of different reasons. One is that she doesn't post very frequently. That doesn't mean it's not great content, but this illustrates the reason why you would want to add someone to Feedly, because if you went back and checked 12 days in a row and there was no new content, you might be tempted to give up on this blog. So when you put it into your virtual newspaper in Feedly, whenever Moira posts, you're going to see her content. You no longer need to worry about her. You've got a tool that's going to bring that content to you. Okay? So that's number one. You get the content into Feedly. Now, going back to our chart here, I said we can either bookmark it. Sorry, one of the things that I would want to do is just go and, because I frequently forget about new websites that I find, just drop it into the new folder and I go back and review that once a week now. So I want to bookmark it, I want to add it to Feedly, and then the last thing is that with really good content like this post, I might I might add this content to another one of my favorite tools, which is called Evernote. And Evernote has something called the Evernote Web Clipper. And what the Web Clipper allows me to do is to go in and either clip the full page, a screenshot, or the bookmark. Now the full page, because of all these resources, is going to have much more value. So I just click that. and I wait for it to synchronize. It, of course, is going to depend on the speed of your network and how fast your internet connection is. But if I click open in Evernote, here is this entire post and all of the resources along with it in a tool that is in the cloud and synchronizes with all of my mobile devices. Evernote is one of my uber tools for content marketing, because what it allows you to do is to take all that content and put it together, organize it into folders, and then you can re-express that content again. Because one of the things that I could do is, here's an image that I curated earlier. I could go in and share this from here and send this out to Twitter. And so not only can I search content within Twitter, or sorry, Evernote, but I can also share it out to social networks. Evernote is a super amazing tool. But one of the most amazing things about Evernote is that it does allow you to actually search inside of images. Now, I posted this earlier. I don't know whether or not it's going to work, but yes, now it's been indexed. And so I type the word forgotten, which does not show up in the title, but look at here. Evernote has the ability to find a word within an image. That could be a picture, it could be an infographic, it could be all kinds of different things. Evernote is an amazing tool for content marketers. Now, when you come across this good content, one of the things that you might want to do is, here I am looking at Moira's feed, and so I come across this content as I'm reading her feed, and notice in Feedly I have the ability to share via email or Google Plus or Facebook or Hootsuite or Buffer or to my blog. So as I'm going through, if I find something that's worth sharing, and one of the less obvious things is here, if I mouse over, I could also take this image and I could send it directly to Pinterest and post it to Facebook or post it to Twitter. Okay, so I just move through this content and I see all the different things that she has, and not only am I keeping up to date on her content, but I can also share it out to social media. Okay, I can send it to any one of my social networks. So if I wanted to, I could send it out to Buffer, and Buffer would allow me to share this content to any of the accounts that I have preloaded: my Google Plus page, my Facebook page, my Twitter account, my Facebook account, or others. And I could share now, or I could buffer it for later. This is one of the reasons why Feedly is absolutely so important. But let me show you another thing that I can do. If the content is like really good, let's go back to this original post. Okay. One of the things that I could do is I could use a tool called ScribeFire, and I could highlight this and say blog selected text. And there is the text that I had highlighted. I could give it a title and I could send it to my blog. Another thing that I could do is to use a tool like Tumblr and to post an image directly to my blog with a link back to the article. So when I come across good content, I want to read it, decide whether it's really good, bookmark it. If I think the author is good, add it to Feedly. If I think the content is really good to hold on to, I can add it to Evernote. Whatever I find, I want to share it with other people appropriately, whether in social media or in a blog post. And here's one of the dirty little secrets that I use all the time is if it's really important, I want to put it on my blog first, and then I want to share it in social media so I drive people back to my website. And then the last thing that I want to do, I could go and look up this author, and because she's on Blogger, there's a pretty good chance that I could find her in Google+. So I'm going to my Google+ page, and I can search for people, pages, or posts. And one of the challenges that I sometimes have um, okay, so because of the image that's on her page, I'm guessing that this is the correct one. So I want to follow her. Okay, and I might even create a new circle called Arts and Crafts or something like that. Okay, but now watch what I can do with ScribeFire. Okay, so I could come up with some kind of compelling title. I'm going to block quote this. And watch what I'm going to do here. This is not going to make much sense at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to publish this post, and then I am going to go to my Blogger blog where I sent this information. Stick with me now, this is going to get really cool. So here's the blog post that I wrote. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to edit the post. And in the compose mode, I'm going to click on Moira's name, and I'm going to type plus Moira Kuhn writes. Okay, and now when I publish this, Moira is going to be notified via Google Plus that I have shared her content. So if I go back, and as long as I'm going to do this right, I might want to go and copy her image URL and go back and insert a picture from a URL. And there it is. And I'm going to say that I want that to be large and I want it to be centered. And then I'm going to go ahead and update. Now, what's going to happen is Moira is going to be notified that she has been referred to in a blog post. And if she is a savvy blogger and using social media well, she's going to contact me and thank me. I'm on her radar, she's on my radar, and I'm promoting her content and adding all kinds of authority to her work. So if you're using this set of tools, and this may have been, like really confusing to a lot of people, but it's a pretty basic process. If you have your tools ready and you're always ready to share, then you're going to get much more out of finding good web content than you currently are. If you have questions or feedback, please let me know. I'd love to help you out with this.